Nice. So welcome to Dungeon Not Included.
Woo!
Woo!
We are to play some more Runners in the Shadows tonight. We were supposed to have Mark joining us, but he's not here yet. So maybe we'll just kill some time.
That's the game. It's finding out where the runner, the referee is. What are
let's talk about the ARG while we're
all right. Let's
here
do that.
waiting.
Yes.
I hope you found all the clues from last episode, because otherwise none of this will make sense.
Yeah, no, it's essential. Part of what we're laying down in the infamous Dungeon Not Included ARG is an attempt to track down Alex's actual real life location, which you should absolutely not really do.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That.
But he is probably somewhere below, just below, or slightly above the Earth's crust.
Yes.
One of those two we've established
two.
that. Yeah.
As this home does not resemble a hobbit hole that I'm in,
Right.
I think we can assume that it's definitely above the crust and not within. That's the clue in this ARG.
Clue. Everybody, note that down.
He wants you to think.
Right. So
That's true.
The big money is now currently on New Zealand, but because that seemed like a misdirect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do we know the name of what GM is in this system, and or even just in general in Blades in the Dark style games? Are they called Bladies? That sounds
Bladies.
They're the wet
I read the rules and I don't
keep
recall
the blade
anything
sharp.
weird. So
I tip my fedora and I say, "M'blady."
I'm a blade.
M'blady.
This priceless banter.
So good. So good.
That was also an ARG clue for those of you.
It's all just clues within clues within clues. It's so good.
So how much of the sausage being made do we want to reveal, like specifically about our character sheets, since we're killing time anyway? I think it's a pretty good one.
Yeah. It's my fault.
Yeah, Brendan really messed up.
So yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I accidentally deleted the shared document that everyone was storing their character sheets on, and our campaign notes. So,
so we all now get, as a reward, we all get extra moves and extra tips.
Yeah, we get maximum charisma, 1,000 experience points, and a bunch of stuff that doesn't relate directly to the game we're playing. So it's
true.
Killing me is that I, for whatever reason, thought I had copied the character sheets at some point, like because I was doing something wrong. I was like, let me just make a copy and edit on the copy, which is usually what I do when I'm not confident that I'm doing something right. But this time I had so much confidence. I was like, this is the future. Who's gonna delete this shared sheet? Then also you have to go through an extra step that says, "Are you sure you want to delete this permanently?" And you're like, "Yes, definitely."
Yeah. Well, I was batch deleting things to clear out my my Google Drive, which was dangerously close to my limit.
Well, if you just use Google Drive for text documents like the rest of us, this wouldn't be a problem.
No, I sent art and other things through Google Drive, so that's why it got so full.
That's your mistake.
One of many. No. So this is actually a good opportunity to reevaluate our characters while we're waiting for potentially Mark to show up. For the purposes of this episode, I chose not to do anything with my character sheet or recreate it at all. This was exclusively as a lesson to the people listening and watching us right now. I could have definitely done it, but I just did not at all. So
it was really smart of you, because now we'll have a record of your character So that, if this ever happens again in the future, like Brennan decides that he thought it would be funny, or as just a really good prank to delete everything again, we'll have a whole record of your entire character sheet. Yeah.
Because you never know when you have to delete text documents to make room.
Yep.
Sorry.
I deserve it.
I freed up over 50K worth of memory. Good. Yes. So just quickly going through the character sheet for people who've not experienced this before. I want to see if I could even share it, I think. What is ID? I don't remember the big deal with ID in this game.
The question is whether you have one or not. Because
yes.
Basically the idea is like the cyberpunk futures version of that thing in the movie where they track you and personalize the ads for you.
Oh, neat.
Minority Report.
Yeah. And so it's I guess it could cut both ways. You could be either off the radar and cool, or you can't use a turnstile.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
So what do we think about Polly? I don't think Polly's ID'd. I don't think they even thought about it. They haven't come across it yet.
I believe we spoke about this in the initial episode, actually.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Mark's having a minor issue, he says. So.
All right.
About whether
I remember that. I don't remember Polly. I know that Jackie, we said, does not, only because there would be no face to put to it, because the next day it's going to look totally different. So they have like the equivalent. We've said that, and we've used they have the equivalent like a library card. They have IDs that say Jackie Hyde, but nothing that would actually have a face associated with it.
I love I love the concept that this great powerful government was just like, oh, there's a loophole here, you don't fit in, we can't check you off on a box, so you don't get a document, right? Oh,
well, there are undocumented people.
Yeah,
there are undocumented people who have never essentially been registered with a corporation.
That's neat and disgusting.
Yeah, so people fall out the bottom of the system, basically.
That's cool.
And Mongoose does have a corporate ID, but does not use it because reasons.
What's the difference between heritage and background again? Oh, background is it was the cool one. We like that much more. That was the one that was like, what did you do before? Or something. And then heritage was more like your race. Where did you
come from?
Yeah, where you came from. I can't even remember where. I know I'm an elf, but I'm not sure where that goes. I think it's in this
under heritage.
Yeah. And which is weird. I don't think of Polly as an elf, but I think Polly was a doctor. We said that, right?
Yeah. Oh, I think part of the reason, Frank, you went for elf was you said you like the idea of Polly just not sleeping, but constantly being meditating on and ruminating on the god and stuff instead of as the way they get you in rest.
Yeah, and I think I enjoyed the idea of Polly may have been here forever, was always around. You were some version of elf was that you were always there and you just remembered. Well, we do have a special guest we could add to the stream now. I'm going to add Mark and system crash. No, wait, it worked.
Boom! Woo! Hey,
Mark!
Hooray!
Hooray!
Hello.
We did a very cool thing as professional podcasters. We gave this as an opportunity for our listening audience to re-experience character creation for no reason, no fault or anything. We just, thought we would stop and take measure and try to fill in the gaps here because we're good. We're professionals.
Oh, good. It sounds like you're ahead of me on everything today. Perfect.
Yes. All right. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm going to try to do my best to cobble together a few more things here on my sheet, but I'm ready to begin if everyone else is. Since we've been on for like 10 minutes, we could keep going.
Yeah, sounds
Yeah.
good.
All right.
You get 4 points to put in your stats, just so you know.
Yeah.
We're putting extra 4 points in our stats.
No, that's how many you start with. You get the
Are we
ones that
starting from scratch right now?
I'm pretty sure we leveled up since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have in my head. I have 5 more things. I have 9 boxes checked on my screen.
9?
9.
Does that sound too many?
It does.
Okay.
Oh no, wait! I also have 9.
I don't know. We're making.
You should have started with 7. So yeah, you getting 9 actually doesn't seem that outrageous.
Y'all are playing with the
I
kind of
have
optional
9.
rules, right?
Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
we advanced a
They might
little
have
bit
9.
faster than usual. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say in that case they might have 9 if they were human.
Well, Jackie's everything, so I think they get like an extra 3 or 4, right? So
Naturally, yeah, and also at rivals to go with that, right? Lots of juicy rivals, debts, things like this.
Only one that matters though, our parkourist.
Oh right, Raiden was the rival, right?
Raiden.
Mm-hmm.
We decided he was with one of these groups, but I don't remember which one.
Oh, that they're part of the like embroiled in the corporation stuff.
No, he was part of one of the mystical groups, I think. Something dance, about a dance. Yeah.
The Mad Dance, yes.
Yeah, that's them.
Raiden is also the god of thunder and keeper of Earthrealm.
Yes, I'm sure you've been challenged to multiple duels before. For your soul, most likely on the line.
Yep.
Poor humans.
All right. So I think we can jump into it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
If I recall, Punk Bunny and Mongoose were about to try to break into the COP headquarters.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember that. I also remember there is a ritual underway currently. It might take a couple minutes or whatever to finish, but we know that Frank's character Polly has the ingredients they need on hand, and they're spreading them in the appropriate order. But meanwhile, Mongoose has seen they get an image of a valuable item in the premises, and unbeknownst to them, somewhere on that premises, we see a like a garage door open, and behind it we see like a shadow of an unidentified figure. But then we get the light as they step into the light, we get a glimpse that it is the shell that they've got guarding this area. It's a person's brain plopped into a cybernetic husk. Looks a lot like a person. Basically a brain in a jar.
Nice.
Love that.
Yeah. So what do we see that Mongoose is doing to, like, when they get this image of this item? They see it, like, I think we said it was going to come up on their sensors and detected through hacking or something like this. So I guess imagine that you've just seen this image of like a lockbox or something, right? Like a lockbox, and we know that it holds something valuable in there.
Yeah, I think the lockbox, makes a lot of sense. So I think to get in through electronic security, Punk Bunny is going to try to interface with the home security system. of their headquarters.
Oh,
to try and
okay.
hack our way in.
So we think the credentials we had before were good enough for this? Or hoping?
Did we get a critical or just a regular success? I think it was a critical.
I believe it was a critical. I mean, I'm willing to say that
Yeah,
might
so
carry
that
you
makes sense
forward.
that it's still good. Yeah, so we'll go in using those credentials.
Okay, so I'm imagining that on the other side of the fence, that there's like down the road, right? We can hear the faint singing, right, of the COP group, right, as they're approaching as well in the distance, and we can imagine that there's like old women and old men, and like soccer moms and dads that are got their magnums. They're just loaded. They're not at the ready, but you know what I mean? They're loaded. They got their magnum pistols with like lights and stuff on it. So that's our threat that I'm pushing out there. So yeah, so you're going to interface and hope that, I guess, that it goes quick enough, right? That you're going to gain access, right? Okay. So I think it sounds like it's probably going to be that it's a standard effect if you using interface to do it. There might be some risk involved. Unfortunately, because of the difference in the enemy's quality, I think that you are there's a little bit more risk here than a risky. I think to get this done, you actually have to go desperate to do this in one action. Otherwise, you'll be limited effect, risky limited, because of the exceptional quality of your target. So it'll be like 2 actions if you go risky to finish that, or you can go desperate and do it all in one shot.
You're muted, Brennan. Traditional muted.
I muted to cough and then forgot to turn it back on. So I'm willing to go desperate. Get this done fast.
Perfect. In that case, you would get desperate action karma for this.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
What is anyone else doing while they see the hacker Punk Bunny doing their thing? Does anyone do anything to participate at all, or is it just up to the hacker?
Jackie can't see any of this because Jackie is underneath the giant trench coat that they were wearing. That with Frank or with Polly when they walked in, they were hidden underneath their clothing, and that's how we got in, was with the sneaky morphed finger on the pad and snuck in under their thing.
Yeah. And I think Polly is also busy, so I think it's all on Mongoose for support if she's up for it.
I mean, I think Bunny's got this specific thing handled, but you know.
Yeah, I'll roll a desperate action with 2 dice. Why not?
It is desperate, right? Your character might not know that though, right? So, but you as the player know. So,
all right, here we go. Let's see what we get.
Yeah,
a 5.
Ooh, okay. So doing it, but something goes wrong. I'm going to say that the thing that goes wrong is that they're deceived into thinking everything's kind of safe until a moment at which I think Hightower 5000 shows up on the edge of the camera screen. This is the Guardian shell assigned to guard this place, not hired, but sworn to COP headquarters, right? It's expecting to defend this area without any qualms. So, so yeah, I think that's the complication. You may resist that if you wish, but that sounds kind of exciting to me. I don't know. What do you think?
No, it sounds cool. I think I want to go with this and see where we get.
Okay. So then let's carry that forward. So yeah, so High Tower 5000, I think we see like from within its eyes for a moment. We get like that RoboCop shot where like you can see the reticle over the normal street behind the building. And it's as it scans the area, it doesn't see anything, and then it turns around, and then there's like an overlay revealed of the building, and there's just like a blip come up while you're hacking in. It's also tracking you,
Okay, cool.
and so you gain access, but you don't notice this. And
Right.
yeah, so that gets you closer. That gets you what you wanted out of this. What do you do next, realizing that you've at least got the access and something unexpected is coming your way?
I think we'll go for that lockbox, right, Mongoose?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're heading straight for the lockbox.
Punk Bunny is actually also going to go to whatever terminal they've got inside and try to lift some of their data.
Nice.
Okay. Are we hoping that gets you more money after the run? It's like more loot.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay. All right.
That there'll be some sort of data on there, basically.
Yeah. So let's say you're still using those credentials and you got like another use of those before you start drawing the unwanted attention of like the system security. So like you
Okay.
used them, I think 3 times or something. So
This will be the third time, yeah.
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 So we'll say there's like the clock in my head is like that one's about to full about number of uses before we start to say,
Okay, cool.
System's going to get aware of this. But yeah, so you do this, and because I think because of this, we could advance to the part where I think Rebel, your character Mangoost is like has gained access to the building, right? And they're going to be treading down the hallway to get to this lockbox.
Absolutely.
Okay, walk me through what that looks like. Is it creepy, or is it more like sneaky but like careful?
Mongoose is walking with confidence, like she knows where she's going.
Right, because your runner does know, and so I think there's like inside the COP building, there's you get to this second office door, one that is shut. The first one is not important, and the second one, as you pass by it, you like realize that, oh, that's the one that was on the sensors that Punk Bunny had just detected. What's the plan at that point to open the door and get inside and gain access, or was that the hack that we were just talking about? Maybe.
Is it like a typical lock, or is it like an electronic lock?
I think it's probably electronic. Most locks that in the future will be, I think, but it's not the like quality for electronic lock that you can't use a crowbar on. It's like the kind that you could still pry open or something if you weren't able to hack it. That makes sense.
Right. Yeah, I think that's what the interface just now was for, was to open the doors so we could get access to everything.
Okay, cool. So your comm maybe passes a signal right now, and then, or Punk Bunny's does, and then it opens for you as you approach this door. We hear a snick as the door lock opens.
And
inside,
go
you see
and
this.
open it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, inside we see this case, and I think there's other cases inside of locked cages, but this one's laying out on top. Looks like it was recently messed with and is open, hanging ajar. Down the hall, you hear a bit of clomping, right? You hear like clomping noises, like it's getting louder.
I'm going to close the door as quietly as I can.
Oh gosh. Okay. Cool. All right. And then what do you do as the clomping seems to have faded off momentarily?
I want to check out what's in this lockbox.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll do just like a quick survey roll or something. What's a good rating that you think would make sense for you to quickly rifle through this and find out what you can before the obvious approaching Hightower 5000 arrives?
I was thinking maybe like a prowl, like because I'm trying to be quiet about this, trying to sneak before anybody notices I'm here.
Yeah, I like that. That sounds good. We're gonna give you at least a little effect on this. In other words, so this isn't an action roll so much. Well, maybe it's controlled. It's a controlled action roll, I think. Right? There's some risk here.
Mm-hmm.
There's some risk. Like no one else has noticed you, but maybe Hightower
Right.
gets, yeah, like corners you or something while you're doing this.
I did just something just occurred to me, and it's vitally important. Are we talking about Hightower? Or are we talking about Tackleberry?
What?
We may have the wrong character. I think we're thinking of the wrong person. Hightower was
Well-
Bubba Smith. But Tackleberry, David Graff. I think we're talking about Gun Happy Tackleberry. Listen, those of you
I was
watching
talking
and
ab-
listening,
I was talking
write
about
a
the
letter.
one that knocks lockers over in the trailer for the Police Academy COP, and it was like he knocks like 6 blockers over just like with one swipe of his fist.
That's right. That would be Hightower mixed with the Gun Happy. Oh my God, what a horrible future for these cops. They were
Maybe it's half a brain of
Frankenstein-
each.
Oh my God, he's got one head that's Hightower, one that's Tackleberry. That's nightmare. I'm gonna do fan art of that.
Oh boy!
Vital
Okay.
intersection. If you listening or watching at home want to do fan art, then we will definitely showcase it in an upcoming episode. Go on.
Oh, definitely.
If I push myself, I can get an extra die, right?
You can get extra die, which would be a better chance of getting great information, which would be probably tell you just about how valuable that item is. You could ask follow-up questions too, right? You get a lot of info before we do worry about this thing.
Okay, then I'm gonna push myself and roll 2 dice instead of just the 1. And let's do that. A 1 and a 2. Oh God.
Oh no.
Ooh, juicy. Wait. That means you get like limited info, which really asks more questions than answers them. That's kind of juicy here. So maybe it's like you get a shot of an item and you think it's like a valuable that isn't worth much at first, and you're kind of like, oh, that's not gonna be worth much, and then right at the last moment you realize that, oh, that is really, it's like gold. That's real gold.
Oh wow.
There's some kind of something hidden here inside of this item. So at first it looked like it was just a like a museum item, like some kind of like old mask thing that's like common. But then you realize that nope, this is part of the like ancient Aztec legend of yore, and they're storing it here in their evidence locker. You're not sure who would want to buy it, but you know that someone within your lists will pay for this.
Right. Is
You're not sure how much it's worth.
is it small enough to like fit in a pocket, or do I need to take the whole lockbox?
I think you might want the lockbox to protect it, but it's not required, right? You could risk damaging that item by taking it without the box, but it would be easier to transport, perhaps, too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of up to you. What do you do when you see that the lockbox is open, the item could be removed? It's about face sized.
Okay. Then I am going to close the lockbox and grab it. And try
Okay,
and
perfect. Yeah, you have the lockbox. You close the lockbox and you grab that, and it's in your hand. You hear the stomping of those footsteps again, this time approaching again. Yeah, okay. What's the plan to get out of here?
Well, my first plan is to wait until the footsteps recede again before leaving.
Okay. They don't seem to approach any further, and they stop. They seem to have disengaged. They're actually hiding out there. They have stealth drives that they're activating. They're hoping you don't hear this. And I'm gonna roll a couple dice to see if they like stealth drive like gives you any indication of this. How would I roll those dice? I don't see the link for that.
Oh, we need
Oh,
to add
we
it.
can
to
share,
the-
you
I
roll
can share
two?
that for you.
Did you roll
Yeah.
2 dice, or that would be fine?
Yeah, I could
It's
do
like
it
a
for you.
fortune for the, yeah, it's like a
No, I'm-
fortune for the enemy. Like, do they get any? Do they have a chance of even getting a drop on you? You know?
I'll roll this time 2 dice, right?
Yeah.
2 dice, and we're gonna take the better.
And my color is different, so we'll know.
They got 6.
6.
Ooh. That's bad.
Ooh, that is bad for
Ooh.
y'all. Yeah, there is no noise outside the door, and Hightower like is creeping closer down the hallway, just kind of making a security check. It thinks it saw something on its sensor.
Yeah,
But
so
we're not yeah.
because Mongoose heard footsteps, and did they stop or did they recede?
They receded, but it's all a trick. Your character is being somewhat deceived at this moment.
Right, since they receded, Mongoose is going to open the door and step out.
Of course you would. Of course you would. I think it'd be interesting to like carry this to the moment where they're almost about to come out the door, and then Hightower kind of steps out.
Yeah.
And then like
Right.
the crew's on the outside, most of them, and then you're on the inside with the box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's that. I think it's that's what's going to happen. As you're coming towards the exit, we see the doors that you just left out of recede behind you, and then you come around the corner towards the front door, and the front door is not manned. I'm assuming that you walk towards it to use your credentials like before to get to it. Just leave the building.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and as you make that last turn, they're in the foyer right there by the fingerprint scanner and like voice print scanner and all that you're gonna spoof. And they're standing there just like, and they look at you, and then their eyes get really big, and then we see like a blue flash inside of the dark circles that represent their cyber eyes. They're like a dozen paces at most away from you, between you and the doorway, and the door is like probably about to open. Was the plan to just open it? I think, right? Just
Yeah.
get out.
Let's open it and walk out. Yeah.
Yeah, so it opens, and then outside we could see like the smoke billowing around the corners of this like vaporous smoke of the curse beginning. And Jackie hides out there, and Polly's out there finishing the ritual, and Punk Bunny is probably as well. But you're inside the building, and there's Hightower 5000, this cybernetic humanoid thing that's bigger than you a little bit and has broad shoulders, turns and faces. It's like, halt! Please present identification.
Okay.
Well, Jackie, in the form of a 10-year-old orc child, can help, I'm sure.
Yeah, okay. What is Jackie maybe doing while this happens? You got anything for
lag,
Jackie to do there, Alex?
There might be a
I think
slight
Alex got
delay.
lag. Yeah.
There does seem to be a delay.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Better
yeah,
bomb, right?
absolutely. I think Jackie is doing what I think what Jackie was doing was hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Am I
hear
there?
you.
No, this is before we said there was a delay. That's how much of a delay there is.
Yes, I'm in Guam. So you figured it out. The ARG's over. I think that Jackie would be at this point helping Polly with whatever is needed for the ritual.
Okay.
Wow, this delay is awful.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
I'm gonna
actually
leave
really
and come
fun.
back in.
This is special. This is like playing by campfire or
Right.
smoke signal. We're just like taking action.
That's awesome.
All right.
We gotta wait for the Morse code to get across all the
Wow.
telegram wires to reach
Awesome.
Alex.
Well, if this isn't dystopian, if this isn't dystopian data control, I don't know what is.
Any better?
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, so it's better. Good. All right. So
Hold
let's
up
try this
today's
again.
newspaper so we know that you're actually on.
You act like we live in a world where newspapers are still a thing people have. Let's be honest. I can tell you what today's Wordle answer was. How's that? Is that enough to verify?
That is in fact proof of work. Yes.
That is sufficient verification. I can confirm.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the time warp sphere around your naked body in the vision in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. So what I was saying before the internet decided to have fun with me, I think that what was happening when all of a sudden he came out asking for ID was Jackie is running around helping Polly with whatever Polly needs for this ritual. So I'm picturing like there's moving parts to make this thing happen, which is why Jackie, since we had planned on doing a ritual to begin with, Jackie was with Polly during that time. So if it's like I'm running around holding candles or incense while you're chanting or whatever, I don't know how you picture this ritual working, but I'm incorporated in that. And that's what Hightower sees when they come out is me mid crazy ritual in the middle of this yard.
Yeah, I love that. I do you think that can help with your ritual, with Polly's ritual there, Frank? What do you think?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of deep prayers.
Like you showed them?
Yes, I think so. And I think there's a lot of deep prayers and a lot of spore releasing, which is really just a way of spreading the good word as far as the winds will take it. On the other hand, when this thing comes up and demands our papers, I think
Mongoose papers.
Papers.
Yeah, I think it's got its back to you.
Yeah, its back is turned to you, right? And you might pause the ritual momentarily since Jackie's doing their thing.
No, it's really important that this ritual go off well. I think I'm just gonna keep going, and it does work well. So I want to focus in on this, and I think the way I'm going to end up trying to help is to see if I can soothe the human part of this cyborg brain.
Ooh,
right. It's going to be as affected as anybody else listening to the rhythmic beats of Mother Mycelium, Father Fungi.
Okay. Could this interfere with the ritual that you're performing, or is that done, you think? And then maybe it's like, maybe this could summon something extra or something that you didn't expect, though, right? Maybe that's something that's on the line.
Yeah, I think the ritual works because we established that last time we played.
Yeah.
But this might bring something else in, which was never said that we wouldn't. Death is a part of life.
Well, maybe it works too well, right? Like it starts tripping. It starts tripping and coming after you.
I think what will probably happen is that there literally death is a part of this recycling. This thing might just become a killbot, like it was meant to be, and it just starts killing things. But there's nothing wrong with dying. That's just you're just matter to become recycled.
You become food for the spores.
Yeah, it's just the way it works. It may actually be the flesh that powers the ritual, because it's like that's if it doesn't work well.
I'm hearing a sense though as your action. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, there's some risk here that you make it trip out even too much.
Yes. Make sure I cleared everything. I did. Ascents was, I believe, was it 2 or 3? Does anyone remember? I think it was 2. It had to be 2,
I
right?
think you had bumped it up to 3.
I think
Okay.
you might have done that, as
Yeah.
well.
All right. And am I going to push anything else? I don't. What can I do here?
Dragon Steel?
Yeah,
Or
give me a Dragon's Deal. Maybe I'll take it.
the that this will linger in the area and cause heat. So this will add 1 heat. That'll be worth a bonus die. So after the run, that way Brennan can mess with you some more.
Yeah, I think it should, right? I want my other runners to be on board with that. I want people to kind of know we did this, right? This seems ridiculous that they wouldn't.
Yeah, like it'll work well, and there'll be some cameras that might catch some imagery of this, that other fanboys and fangirls will see later, and so that'll be the bonus heat,
We're good with this. Thumbs up from, yeah. All right. Okay, I'm gonna do that. 46.
Sweet.
4.
Oh, what? Oh, it is a 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so that does
Almost
it.
12 threes.
Okay, so that does it, but there is a complication. So not only do you get that heat that you agreed to, but yeah, the high tower thing, it starts to trip, and I think we see additional arms come out from its back, so that it now has 4 arms, and it's now pointing weapons kind of sideways, and it's like it starts to rock back and forth as under the influence. It looks like there might be an opening for Mongoose to get out of here, to take advantage of this moment.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
What do you do?
Step out and try and slip away while it's distracted.
Okay. Let's make a roll to see how that looks. So I think you're going to get past it, but whether or not it makes lots of gunshots at you or just like shoots randomly, because it's going to try to shoot at you because it wants to catch you, but its limbs aren't doing the thing because the brain is having a new experience right now.
Right.
Just a little too good.
There was a lot of unintentional collie in this, in the visualization of this thing. It just happened. But yeah, like it wants to kill things, but it's also deep into the spirit world right now. That's
yeah, like its reticle sees some spiritual movement as well, and like we see like the shuttery part where it's like freeze framey, and
that's cool.
Yeah, we see that they're clearly they're getting a new experience, and it's not like it's a distortion of reality. Yeah. But yeah, so
its aim off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of sets you up basically for you to carry through and sneak past if you'd like.
Yeah, I think that would probably be another prowl, right?
Prowl would get you out of the building, I think. Right? You could try to go all the way to the fence, but that is more desperate, I think. How far do you want to get with this action?
Just out of the building. Out of the building is a better position than in the building.
Yeah, it's also a better position for the action roll, I think. You could do that, and you'll get out of the building as a controlled action, I think. While it's doing this, because it's under the influence, I think it's less likely to mess you up. However, if that does happen, there's going to be several minor consequences I think I'll throw your way.
Okay.
Do you want to push for this, or do you want a Dragon's Deal?
No, I'll just do the 1. See how that goes.
Just the 1, huh?
Oh, wow.
All down to the roll of a single die.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5, so not bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You'll do it at some consequence.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Let me dig in my chart here. For consequences of prowl, I'm thinking a complication that might be suitable is that the COP troop down the road hears we see them like they're like singing a song together, right? They're like COP can't be stopped, da 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 da. Yeah, and they're doing this, and there's they're like singing together, and then we hear and they look around, and they go, "Did you hear that?" And they they're like, "Yeah, we heard that." And then like that's grandma, right? She's like, "Come on, COPs," and she like pulls her hat down. "Let's go. Let's get these suckers." And we see a group of like 20 of these COP individuals start tropping down the street. Meanwhile, we see you sneak past. We cut back to inside the courtyard, and you snuck past. And Hightower 5000 is like, whoosh, and hits the like wall and like knocks some stuff off the wall and misses you. And we see you like duck under and get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they're shooting. They're shooting their gun off a couple times. They get a couple rounds off, but they miss.
Nice.
So this is kind of like multiple bad things here, because there'll be some heat from the gunshots, most likely, and now we have an added threat.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What do you do? You're outside the building.
I think it's time for us to cut and run.
Nice.
I agree.
Cut and run out of here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What action do we think might be a good solution for that in this situation?
Let me look at my.
I think the ones who need to run is pretty much all of you.
Yeah.
I think all of you need to
This
get.
is like a group
kinda
action.
ghost. It could
Peace
be
out.
if you all take the same approach. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe this is where we need a technical distraction, right? Something like we set off their alarms on the other side of the compound or whatever, so that we could all mosey out. Because if we're going to try to do a prowl or whatever, the weaker of us are going to just stumble out. So maybe.
So what is everybody's prowl?
I think mine was 1.
Mine's 1.
Mine
Jackie,
is
what do you
also
got?
I think Jackie may have been a little higher, but what is it going to be that high? What if we do what if we hack the alarm system? Give ourselves a distraction.
Yeah, that could really open things up.
I could do that as a help, or something to somebody's prowl roll, right?
You could also just I think a flashback may be relevant here. Like
I think so.
Flashback to doing it.
1.
Yeah.
What 1?
Yeah.
Jackie's
Okay.
Jackie's
1 die.
lagging again. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. Flashback. We have a distraction set up. We roll for that.
Mine's 1,
Yeah,
but I don't know how long this delay is, so you'll find out eventually.
When you come back around the sun, we got you. Yeah, this is what I feel like communication to Mars would be.
Right.
Oh my God! The first actual play podcast from Mars.
From Mars.
Space. Yeah.
That's the surprise answer of our ARG. Yeah,
Oh, I feel bad for Alex's connection.
I do too. It's
And their
pretty bad.
experience. Their viewing experience. But I think, this doesn't obviate like the need to roll. I think maybe what we'll do is we'll say that this actually sets it up to where we could roll like a fortune to see how it looks as when you get out. If you succeed, Brennan, if you succeed at this action,
Okay.
that would open the gate and leave it open long enough and close it behind you, and Hightower would be stuck behind there. But we could see like, how does it look when everybody runs out? Is it quick and like organized, or is it like y'all like do the Green Acres thing where everybody's running around for a few seconds and then like boop 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 boop, like one by one get out?
Right. I think I'm gonna push myself for an extra die on this.
Okay. I do think that I would say that this is something somewhat of a risky action, even though there's nothing alerted. The risk is that somebody gets closed in here while you're just about to leave or something.
Okay. Can I make that controlled by pushing myself instead?
You sure can. That would definitely bump things into your favor if you push.
Okay,
You
then
wouldn't
I'll
get a
do that
bonus die too.
And try for I can get a bonus die too.
No, you have to push again to get the bonus die, or take a dragon's deal. But you would
No, I'll
push
just roll the
for the
2 dice.
effect.
I'll roll the 2 dice and keep it controlled.
Yeah,
So-
pushing for the effect. Okay, got it. So
Oh, no, that was
controlled,
terrible.
Standard.
I got a 2.
Ah, eek! Oh
Hey.
man.
Hello. Can you hear
So-
me?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, we hear
Hey,
you.
all right,
through
I'm
video.
here. Now I finally have
Hey.
visuals and audio.
Hooray!
Yeah.
All right, we'll try with no
Hurrah.
camera on you and see if that does any better.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this might work out. So but a 1 to 3. So that's interesting. Oh.
Yeah,
So
we'll
as
see.
you're doing this, you do fail, notably. A 1 to
Yes,
3 does
notably.
fail.
Yes.
You can't resist that part, but you can resist all the consequences that may occur. So I'm gonna dig through this. An interface action, we got a couple things that make sense here. Oh, right. So we said it was controlled. So let's say that a ping, minor security alert shows up on a counter hacker system in a data center nearby. And this is a hacker, like a counter hacker hired by them, and they're supposed to watch the system. And they look down and they've got a little ping, a little alert that they're like about to tap,
Okay.
right? As a counter hacker,
and so I
is
can
gonna be on
do a
your thing.
resist.
You can. So this is this is that you didn't do it, so you can't resist that part. But this is a minor complication, and that means that there'll be a counter hacker added to the scene. If you wish, you may resist that or play into that. But this also that you would need to try again. It would be a risky action to try again if you want to use the same approach. Otherwise, you lose that opportunity.
Okay.
So you want to try again at risky, or do you want to just accept that you've lost that opportunity for now and you'd have to try again?
I'll try again at risky, sure.
Okay. So
I'm willing
now
to- I'm
what's
willing
on the
to
line
take
is
the
the
risk.
counter hacker might do something as well.
Yeah, and might hurt me or whatever with the enemy programs or whatever.
They're going to start a trace.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, to like wherever they're going to trace your location, which will kick you out and ping you to the authorities.
Right. Which would add heat.
That would really
Okay.
suck. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's try this again.
Okay. Do you want to push again this time, or you want a dragon's deal for this one?
I'll push again for an extra die this time because
And no.
I want to try to succeed this time.
That would be nice. Yes.
I'm going to try because I want to succeed. Thank you.
Oh, I got
Yeah,
a
what's
5 that time.
Oh, good.
Ooh. Good. Okay. So yeah, so the counter hacker is diverted. And they still make a note of this in their logs, so this will be checked out later. I think what it is the counter hacker is they get another comm call from some important client which they take at the wrong moment. This will bring 2 heat after the run,
Okay.
but you do it.
But we do manage to get the gate open.
Yeah, you get the gate open and you see an opportunity for everybody to run out. And I think at this point we can make like some kind of fortune where I think the one who has the lowest prowl should roll this.
I think
Yeah.
we've got 3 people with 1s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Mongoose,
Let's
take the honor. I think.
me?
Who do we think is the
So Mongoose
slowest?
is the high one.
Oh, the highest.
No, I have a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
but
all have
Mongoose
the
is
same.
still in the building, right? Oh no, they're just
No,
outside the
Mongoose
building.
got out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still out. Okay. So it's probably you, or it might be Jackie, who's got short legs, who's going to be the last one.
I think it's Jackie.
Probably
If we
Jackie.
can get Jackie to roll. I don't know.
Mhm.
Oh, they're responding.
I think so.
They heard their name and they're like, Maybe they can roll 2 dice, or maybe we should just roll them if their lag is back.
I will volunteer. 2 dice, right?
Yeah, we just want a flavor roll to see what it looks like as the Hightower bot is going to regain its senses a little bit.
Oh, 6.
A 6. Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. I would want them to describe how they cleanly get away in this moment as the Hightower bot starts to flail its 4 arms around and it starts to target, but it's missing. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like
all
shooting
right.
at the ground.
Yeah.
What is Jackie Hyde's style? Do any of you remember the like style of physical?
They
movements?
they do have a lot of I mean, they're an adept, so they have a lot of ability to fight, even in as a 10-year-old, I would imagine. So
Oh, so we see the 10-year-old. Yeah. It's like,
yeah. So I think part of the fun of what Alex set up was that you're this little kid, and to take advantage of it would be this little spry orc child is just dodging bullets like crazy, or they're all going right over its head. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. And like when they get to the gate was trying to shut, and there's some kind of like, like a fast movement, and they stop the door and like almost bust it off the hinge, but they do some kind of cool orc muscle maneuver.
yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. And then and then a couple more shots like kind of go off, and they arc over their head, and then as Polly starts to get out of range, the haze, the like mushroom glow, starts to kind of fade from the brain a little bit, and it starts to jerk a little less, and the Hightower 5000 begins to move more regularly. What was the getaway vehicle to get out of here? Or is it the plan just to like all disperse and find different ways to get out of here now that you're on the other side of the fence?
I kind of like that we are dispersing like a little cloud of bad news for COP.
Yeah. We each take our separate way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That sounds fun. And just for giggles, I'm going to roll a die here, kind of private, so that way I have a die. But I think it's just the like what it looks like when his Hightower is trying to get, like it gets upset and tries to report things despite being tripping. So it had some visions which distorted what it saw. I got a 4. A 4 would be it got some standard information. So it acquired some targets. It realized how many targets there are, but it has some questions. It's gonna have to go through its records. It's like recordings. So as the crew disperses, right, you get out of there, and we hear the chanting of COP coming down the street, and on the other around another corner, we see the like leader like poke her head out, and she's got the big Magnum revolver. Who wants to maybe have a crack at that, or do we want to just say that you get away and escape her? Because
I think we're going to try to escape. I don't think we're going to try to engage. So
okay,
Yeah,
I want to say you escape then.
Yeah.
But she gets a picture of somebody's like the back of them, and so that's like how they're going to track you later. So they're going to try to use information. So she's got a cyber eye that comes on as she's scanning the area, and she doesn't notice it, but she does catch a glimpse of like 1 or 2 of your feet trailing the area, and that'll be evidence that she'll use to try to track you later.
Nice.
Okay.
Her personally. Cool. So you got a recurring NPC
maybe,
with Tower.
Maybe we'll be lucky and it's Jackie's feet, so it's only just a statistically unlikely chance of finding these feet again. But we'll play to find out.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, since you're shadows, I think it makes sense that you get away and rather than have like an all-out duke.
Hopefully she gets my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's gonna be upset when he hears that being said, but I like the simpatico. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys don't usually do your karma on stream, but I think you would have got a few for this session, at least a
Yeah.
couple anyway, and you might be closer to a level up and stuff like that.
For the group karma, yeah.
Yeah, and close to getting money. That's the other thing that you might be missing is that you should be getting some money when that track fills up. It'd be going in your bank accounts, stocking up for that late rainy day when your runner retires.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Love
But
Well, this
yeah,
one seems to have a better payoff than some of the other jobs that they've done. So
I think we said 6 was the payoff plus another 1.
yeah.
So 7 total. So yeah, I think we see your bank account surge after the run is complete. We see that the bank account surge and the money goes to like the fixer and then to another place and then another place. It changes hands multiple times before it arrives in your accounts. But you get the money first to decide what to do with it as a group.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think we need a bigger van. More plush carpeting.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably afford a whole different van if you wanted to as well for a run or so. Or maybe you're just going to upgrade the one you got.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Put a turret on that thing or something,
Gotta have a turret. Or turbo boost so we could jump over obstacles for no reason. This was great. Thank you very much, Mark, for the guest appearance and running a couple of sessions. This was really cool.
Yeah.
My absolute pleasure. You're all so nice, and I also appreciate all of you for letting me be on the show. And should I close at this point? Like, tell you where to find me, or is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah. We might try to kidnap you and run some more, but just in case, why don't you tell everyone how they can find you and more about the game?
Okay. Yes, my name was Mark. I'm the author of the game, Runners in the Shadows. You can find me at markcleveland.itch.io. You can also find me on Twitter at SAVEMEJEBUS. 5, notably. The S is replaced with the 5. So it's Save Me Jibu 5.
Yes. Was that as broken up for everyone else as it was for me?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah,
we caught it. So can you do it again, Mark?
Mark dropped.
Oh no! This has been the most haunted of streams.
It has been. It's been glitchy as heck. I can't believe it.
Wow. From a mic that didn't work to the start, and then wait, we may get Mark back. Let's see. Mark.
Hello, it sounds like a robo on my end.
Yeah, you sound bad.
You sound
All right.
real bad.
We could do it for you. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it right. I don't remember the itch.io off the top of my head. Got it. No, do I? Yes, I do. All right. To find out more about this awesome game that we've been playing for the last few weeks, actually, the links are all over our podcast stream, but just in case you don't know where it is, markcleveland.itch.io. Find out more about Runners in the Shadows. And Mark can be found on Twitter. You can follow Non-Pro or DNI Crew. We'll share links exactly to where that will be. Save Me Jibu 5. This has been a lot of fun. We're going to keep playing it when we get back. I think probably next week. Hopefully we'll have solved most of our technical issues. And if not, back to the ARG.
Right.
Old, reliable ARG. We'll figure something out. That'll do. All right. Good night,
Thank
everybody.
you so much, Mark.
Save your bandwidth. Something bad's coming. No, we have no inside track. It's just us. Don't be worried. Don't buy Bitcoin. Whatever you do, no NFTs. Goodbye, everybody.